This is lesson 2 of Preparing for Death, Ancient Wisdom for Everyday Life. What does preparing for death mean? Well, thinking about preparing, it's important to fill out paperwork, have conversations with our family and friends, and arrange for our material possessions. But in a deeper sense, preparing is connecting with your purpose, settling unfinished business, and being at peace with your past and your present life. It also involves acceptance, to accept the inevitability of death. It's good to meditate on it and just let it sink in. This isn't easy, especially if we have an accumulation of issues that we have not resolved up to this point. Remind yourself of the truth of impermanence. Everything is constantly changing. Ponder it. Imagine. We get familiar with people coming and going, relationships end, people move away, animals die, people die. It's common to experience these kinds of changes. However, have you spent time really imagining this world without you in it? Ponder this. Imagine your own death. You'd be like, I'm not here, I'm dead. My stuff is still around, but I'm all dead. I'm 100% dead. Where did I go? What comes next? Is that life I just lived all there is? Is that the end? Or is there something more? Try and contemplate your own death. Just do free association and see what bubbles up. And take some notes. Maybe you can share about it in the next class. But don't be too serious. Sometimes it's scary to be thinking about death. You break the ice and the floodgates open, and there can be a sense of relief also. And when we break out of the box and we're free to explore our true feelings, tears and laughter all may come pouring out at once. Letting go of fear helps us to see more clearly. So be patient, have fun, and we'll get through this together. Woody Allen once said, I'm not afraid of death. I just don't want to be there when it happens. And I think, that's a common feeling we have. Also, talking about death doesn't kill you. A wise anonymous person once said, talking about death doesn't kill you any more than talking about sex gets you pregnant. So hopefully we can get a few laughs out of this. Uh-huh. All right. So what is effective preparation? You might be wondering, how do I live the rest of my life while preparing for my death? What should I focus on while I'm still here that will help me to prepare? We will explore some principles and practices we can apply in our everyday lives. It means thinking outside the box. We'll try to open our minds and hearts to new ways of thinking and acting in the world. If we're really motivated to help others, we can take steps to end the cycle of suffering. And I wanted to say, I found this myself, humble yourself. Be willing to bow down to someone or something bigger than you. You might tend to think you're smarter or more valuable than another person. I sure have. But try not to feel guilty or ashamed about it. We were trained from very young to think this way, to compete and to be on top. You don't have to get on your knees and do prostrations. Just try letting go of your pride. Humble yourself, find a teacher, relax, and be willing to learn. Our point of view. We tend to think, speak, and act based on assumptions we've gathered over time. So sometimes it's good to stop and think, this is what I think, but do I really know? When we acknowledge that we don't know everything and open our minds to new ideas, we discover new things. Keep an open mind and try not being stuck on one point of view. That way you might learn something new. Enjoyment. Have you ever thought about time and realized that this moment right now is the only moment there is? Like yesterday's gone and tomorrow isn't here yet, and now is the time we have. Even in life's difficult and challenging moments, we can practice enjoyment. Each challenge can be an opportunity to either fight and struggle or to relax and make a joyful effort through whatever situation we're in. Relaxation. When is the last time you consciously relaxed for no good reason? Has adulting taken its toll on you? Why not do something out of the ordinary? Like let things get messy or neaten up your space. Throw some things away or buy something new. Eat salad for breakfast, have pancakes for dinner, watch a fun movie, do something unusual. Shake things up and relax while you're at it. Curiosity. Like a child discovering something new. Try listening to your own heartbeat. Lie down with your head on a pillow. Listen carefully. Feel the swish, swish of blood coursing through your body. Notice how special it is to be alive. Remember, you are living right now, and you will be living until you're not. So take some time to be curious, be present, and daydream. Enjoy these precious moments. Be curious, like a young child listening to his own heartbeat. Compassion. We all have struggles, worries, and challenges. If you're having a hard time, there's someone out there who's having a similar challenge. Sympathy and empathy are human responses of feeling for someone who's in distress, of feeling for someone who's hurting. Compassion is feeling a deep empathy for someone's pain, accompanied by a strong desire to alleviate their suffering. The question is, how do we alleviate suffering? Well, living an ethical life, making a commitment to protect life, to protect other people's property and their relationships, making a commitment to be truthful when you speak and to speak kindly with a goal of bringing people together, to speak in meaningful ways so that you aren't just wasting time and energy, and to have the feeling of being happy when someone gets something good. Even if it's something you wanted, try just feeling happy for them. Try to be empathetic when someone has a misfortune or something happens that they don't want. Whether you like them or not, care about them and want the best for them. Taking care of everyone. Whether you think of someone as a foe or a friend, treat them all with kindness. After all, being upset or angry only perpetuates a cycle of suffering. The four powers. To stop old bad seeds, there is an ancient practice we can rely on, and it goes like this. First, remember that you create your world through your thoughts, words, and actions. Number two, intelligently realize that since you are creating your world, you want to stop creating problems, like you have a choice. Number three, promise not to make the same mistake over and over again. So if you've made a mistake, decide not to do it, at least for a certain amount of time. And four, do something contrary to the mistake in order to create what you want to see in the world. And that we consider to be an antidote force. So if you've created a problem in the past, think about what the opposite action would be and do that now. So you're planting good seeds for the future. That's the 4 powers. The way of the Bodhisattva. So Shanti Deva was a Buddhist monk and scholar at Nalanda University in India, and he lived around the year 700 AD. He composed his teachings in Sanskrit while at Nalanda University. This text is also known as Bodhicharyavatara, and it is one of the most important teachings in Buddhism, the way of the Bodhisattva. This is a picture of the book. It's by Shambhala Press. One of the quotes from this book says, "All the joy the world contains has come through wishing happiness for others. All the misery the world contains has come through wanting pleasure for oneself." And that is from the book, The Way of the Bodhisattva by Shanti Deva. There are 2 editions, 1997 and 2006, and it is by the Padmakara Translation Group. Now, we're going to talk about the 4 laws of karma, which is also known as the seed system. Whether we realize it or not, we're planting seeds all the time with our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So here are the 4 laws of karma in a short nutshell. 1, like seeds bring like results. So if you plant tomatoes, you'll get tomatoes. Law number 2, karma grows. What you get back is always bigger than what you did. Number 3, if you don't do anything, you won't get anything back. And the law number 4 is if you do something, you will get something back. This child is enjoying watering the garden, nurturing the seeds. Now, emptiness. Karma and emptiness go hand in hand. And for me, emptiness was a hard concept to understand at first, and I still work with it. But here's the idea. Emptiness. Okay, everything you see in your life comes from you. To a human, a pen is something to write with, right? You see a pen and you're like, yeah, that's a pen. I write with it. But to a dog, if a dog comes into the room and sees a pen, they see a chew toy because it looks like it is something to chew on. So you could have an argument with the dog and say, no, it's a pen. We write with it. And the dog would say, no, it's a chew toy. Which is it? So if you think of life, your life, as a blank screen, and what you see is what you created in your mind, you know what? You might start to see angels everywhere. Yeah, you might just start to see angels in everyone. That's the power of emptiness. So how do we turn things around? Yeah, it's like, this is a mess. If you're in a messy situation and you want to change it, first think about how you got there, and then think about what you can do. How can you act in a way that is contrary to the mess? It's not always easy when you're in the mess. It's easier when you're looking at someone else's mess. But think about it like you've got to find an antidote. And I'm going to give an example here. So you have a family member who is upset with you, and it's been a long time since you've heard from them. So naturally, you feel hurt and sad about it. But actually, if you admit your honest feelings, you're really angry and resentful. You think they should love and care and respect and forgive and be in touch with you. But they choose to stay away. So if you plant seeds of anger and blame, accusation and revenge, These are the things that you are inviting onto yourself and into your own life. And it continues that cycle. So out of ignorance and habituation, you're contributing to the painful situation. To turn it around, we have to have goodwill towards others, and we must act on our goodwill. So it's a lot to think about, but it really is key to changing the mess into something beautiful. Very important. Don't give up. You might get feeling depressed or anxious even thinking about these things, but don't give up. Keep putting one foot in front of the other and applying what you know at every step, and things will start to shift. Also, when you wake up in the morning, let your first thought be, who can I help today? Throughout the day, check your motivation and your intentions and use the 4 powers when you need to, and talk it over with a trusted friend. And when you lay your head on the pillow at night, remember the good deeds you have done on that day, and just think about and imagine the ripple effect throughout the land. You don't know what an impact you may have had on someone, for the good or for the bad. So be happy for the good and don't give up. Tips for true happiness. Okay. Yeah. Care about others. Mhm. Nurture loving relationships. These beautiful old hands, huh? Practice patience. Very important. Beware of anger and such harmful emotions. Be curious and creative. And rejoice and have fun. Be honest. So I want to share, this is a photograph of myself in 1977 with my 3rd child, Naomi. And I just want to talk a little bit about honesty. I used to be so bloody honest that it would turn people off because I was forcing my thoughts on them. But if someone's truly interested in you, tell them your story. Be honest about it. Try not to worry about what other people think of you. Many people are in the habit of passing judgment, but when someone shares a painful story with honesty, it can touch their hearts and crack them open. Try not to worry about stigma. Share your story. It may be just what someone needs to hear. So don't be afraid. Just tell it like it is, in the right circumstance, of course. Be honest and real. You may change someone's life with your honesty. So now I'm going to share a 2-minute video with you about the loss in my life of my daughter.
Throughout my life, there have been a number of traumatic events that have left me feeling heartbroken. The most significant loss of all was that of my beautiful daughter, Naomi. Naomi was born in a school bus in the country outside Auburn, Alabama in 1976. She came into the world like a whisper in the morning. It took several days before we knew her name. Naomi was a beautiful and precious baby girl. Sadly, I was going through hard times, and as the days went on, things got more and more difficult until I suffered a nervous breakdown. Naomi was 2. I left her with her father for a time, and she suffered anxiety and night terrors. After she came to live with me, she would scream if I tried to leave her. Naomi's godfather died when she was 12, and she had her first overdose a month later. Over the next 26 years, she struggled with addiction and depression. I knew that grief was the one thing she could not handle, but I didn't know how to help her. I didn't even know how to help myself, much less anyone else. After Naomi got clean and sober, 2 of her friends died by suicide in a short period of time. Naomi went back to using drugs, and in 2015, she died at the age of 38.
And that's the end of lesson 2. I'll share more about my story when we're together in person. Thank you so much for being here.